Aloha, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are on this amazing globe that we call home. Welcome to Activate and Elevate with Sheila and Jan. We are so thankful that you joined us today. Jan is amazing, and she's going to be doing an incredible little sharing for everybody because I know some of you have been begging for this to happen. But before that, my amazing co-host, the one and only amazing Jan Rand, that keeps our Evolve team running. Welcome.
Good morning, everyone. Happy to be here as usual. And we're going to just do some really basic nuts and bolts training today. And if anybody has any questions at all, please feel free to either raise your hand or unmute and just ask. Because we're here to, just keep things really simple. And, I get to hang around with a lot of the top leaders, and I learn so many little things when I'm with them. So I'm going to share a couple of those things today. So
Outstanding.
anyways, take it away, Sheila.
Well, I'm going to answer the question that Bridget Martini has in the chat. And correct, you can only train or gift during office hours. And office hours are Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 11 a.m. Pacific now, right? And the scripts, you print those out. We have trainings, and you can go into Telegram and you can look up on the business channel. We post all of those trainings there. We train every Monday and Tuesday. So yeah, today is about learning something new. All
Okay,
right.
but here's one thing on the gifting. Sometimes, we understand, and hopefully, when you make calls on Mondays and Tuesdays, you might not get everybody. You might leave a message and they might call you back on a Wednesday afternoon. So you can still submit that. You can do 3 requests for each day that you come to work in the office. So if you talk to somebody on Tuesday, just don't worry about it. If you get a gift request that you talk to somebody, just send it in and I'll take care of you.
All right.
Just don't send in 9 at a time, because the red flag goes up, and then I check to make sure you're on Marcy's team. And so I'm always about protecting Marcy.
Well, you know what? It's an amazing, generous woman that leads our team. And it's, we just want to be thankful and grateful that we get to do that. So the discussion that we're having is about legs and building. And as Jan was saying just before the call, I'm going to ask you to repeat it, Jan. The question that was put out there was, what's the strong leg, weak leg? And so can you go ahead and share a screen and let's just get rolling on that stuff. We're going to go to a back office. I don't know whose back office you want to go visit.
Yeah, that's
you can use mine, it's just not great.
Oh God, I don't know her password. Okay. Okay, so I'm showing you somebody's back office. So the very first thing that you want to do is you look to see what this middle part says. So usually if most people are running to make manager, it will give you a percentage of what you are to that rank. So what you do is you go to commissions, you go to rank advancement. You guys need to write this down. And then it will show you exactly what you need to hit that next rank. So here's my friend. Oh, I was supposed to do strong leg, weak leg first, huh?
You do whatever you want, Jan. You got the floor, girl. You flow.
All right. So anyways, so she's running for senior director. So it tells you exactly what you need to do. Okay, she must be a brand partner, check. She must be in good standing, she is. She needs 2 personally sponsored directors. So she's got 1 of 2. She already has the group volume, of 10,000 and she must be a qualified director. So this is telling me exactly what she needs to do to hit that rank. So I would go into her, let's see, I'm thinking, give me a second. I don't know that this is a good example. I'm gonna do another one. I don't think this is a good example.
Okay.
Do you have a good example I can use, Sheila?
Of no. I always show my granddaughter who has nothing.
If you want, Jen, I don't know if it'll help. I'm Pat. I haven't even hit manager yet, but that would help you. I've got 2 people on now, but I need 2 more. Would that help you with what you're trying to
Yeah,
accomplish here?
can you text me your password?
Oh God, I can't remember. Oh dear.
Oh,
Jan, I have mine, and that's my same position. I'll text you.
what's your username?
Jenny Friedman, all one word, small letters.
Oh, here you are.
I'm gonna have to
I'll
find
give
my
you my
password.
password.
Okay, go ahead and text it.
Yep. Where are you, Jan? Oh, fuck.
Oh, you know what? Let me see. I might have one. Hold on. No, go ahead, Jenny. Are you texting it? Sorry, people.
That's okay. I'm gonna fill space.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was muted. I
Okay,
texted you.
I got it.
Sorry.
Jan gets to run the show from quarter till to the end because I'm going to pick my husband up this morning
All
from
right, this isn't working. Hold on. See here. Okay, that's not working. All right, I'm gonna try something
Add
else.
2 exclamation points at the end. I'm sorry. I'm giving you my bank one.
Okay, we're in.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, this good example. Okay, so the first thing I look at is okay, so she's making some money. She's 84% to manager, and then I look at her volume. So her question was, how do you know the strong leg from the weak leg? Well, you can see her total left volume is 272 points, and her right leg is 79 points. So if I want to see what she needs to do to hit manager, you go to commission, you go to rank advancement, and it's going to tell me what she needs. So she needs a manager, she needs another silver on her left, and she needs another silver on her right. That means active. So there's a couple of things that you can do. So are you all with me? That's how you find out. So when someone says, how do I know where to place somebody? This is where I look at. So she needs somebody on her left and somebody on her right. Okay. And then I looked at her volume,
Hey, Jan,
right?
can you go home? I
Yeah.
want to show you a real quick, easy way to get right where you guys are.
Okay, by
Okay.
hitting the view promotion detail.
Yes. You hit
Okay.
that and bam, it's right in your face. You don't
Okay. So yeah, that's just a one step easier. So same thing, takes you to the exact same place. So she needs a silver on her left and a silver on her right. So I noticed that her right leg has less volume, so her left leg's got 272. So my first incline is to put her on the right side, right? Because she needs one on both sides. If I put her on the right, it's going to help her points balance out a little. The other thing I want to do is I want to go to personally enrolled team and see. So you can see, all right, so she's got active left. You can see Bonita Jones is active on the left, and she's got Audrey Wadsworth on the right. Now she's had people, so just here's some suggestions. She could call Tracy Nelson and just check in with her. hey, how are you? I see you stop, try to find out why she stopped using the patches. Is she interested in ordering something? For the silvers to be active, they do not, if they're not building the business, they do not have to have 110 points. They only need 55 points. So if they were to buy some supportive sleeve, that would get her back to active again. So she could call Tracy and see if we could get her back to active. She's got Jason Sanborn on her left. She could call him and have a conversation with him. She could call Michelle Sanborn. Oh, so it looks like they're a couple. I don't know who they are, but she could call that person and talk to them. So she's had the people, she had the structure, but because they weren't on AutoShip or didn't upgrade or anything, they went inactive, which drops you below your manager level. Does that make sense, everyone? Any questions on that? So that's the first thing I do. I look to see what percentage you are. Someone just say
Pamela, did
something.
you have a question? Pamela? No.
No? Okay. So anyway, so that's the very first thing that you do is you look at that middle column, you look to see what your volume is, which is your stronger side. And then that when you go to the rank advancement, that's going to tell you exactly what you need. So when you look here, this will tell you all the personals that you enrolled. Another really good way to look at your personals is if you go to organization and go to enroller tree view, you can see everybody in one shot. So you can just click on, okay, so this person, she doesn't have any volume there. We can look here. She doesn't have any volume. Bonita, she's got 56 on her right leg. Did I look at this person? She's got 55 on her right leg. So you can go, and then if you want to see if anyone's building, you can just click on them. And then that will put them at the top. So this person hasn't sponsored anybody. So it's just a good way to see all your personals in one view. Now, here's something, I'm sorry to jump around, but that's kind of how my brain works. So a lot of people get confused because we only build two legs, right? We build a left and a right. So when people all the time, well, this is a personal, but they're way down at the bottom. It doesn't matter where they are, they're still a personal to you. So this way you get to see them all in one view. Now think about this. As you start building the business, let's say she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's got 8 people. So let's say all 8 people started building a business. That's 8 first generations that she has. So as she starts building, she would get a generation match bonus on each of these 8 different people if they were all building the business. Does that make sense, Sheila?
Yes. To me.
So when they talk about different enroller lines, even though if I have Sue, Bonnie, and Joan, and they're all personals to me, they're all new enrollment lines to me, even though they're stacked. I don't know if I'm making any sense or not. So anyways, that's just another way that you can look at that. And then you all know when you decide you putting somebody in, you go to, and always do it this way. The company's really cracking down with not moving people. I think you get like 5 days if you made a mistake. After 5 days, I don't even think you can fill out the form and pay the $50 anymore. So you should always put people on the tree by going to binary tree view. Okay, so this will always start off with you at the top, and it shows you she's got 3 people total on her left and 3 people total on her right. Okay, so now if she wanted to put the next person on the left leg, she would click bottom left. Okay, so now whoever's on the bottom left is right here at the top, so that's Bonita. This plus sign on the right, how do I get rid of that? Oh, I didn't want to do that. Okay, so Bonita's at the top. So if Jenny was going to put somebody on the left, she would put them on that far left plus sign. That plus sign on the right side is not Jenny's right leg. It's Bonita's right leg. So we're in Jenny's left leg. So you would click on the plus sign right here, and that's how you would add somebody to the left leg. Okay, so now if you wanted to put somebody on the right leg, so I went back to the top. So this is Jenny. So if I wanted to put somebody on the bottom right, I would click bottom right. Now this isn't Jenny's left leg. This is Jenny's right leg. This is not Jenny's left leg. This is Audrey's left leg. So we would click the right plus sign to put somebody on the bottom of her right leg. Does anyone have any questions on
Yeah,
that?
I do. My goodness. I have never seen it this way. I thought that you simply went up to the top where your name was, hit the profile, went down to the bottom and did the change left or change right, change left or change right. I never knew that. And just like the comment just came up, I'm lost. And I am well on the way to the rector and I have never been told that. So, wow.
You haven't been told how to figure out where to place somebody?
All I know is left, right, left, right, left, right. You look at the volume, you see where you need to do that, but not how you're doing it at the top under the profile change, going down to the bottom and switching from left to right. And that's also how I've trained my team.
Okay, so
Pardon
in
me
the
for
very
1 second,
beginning,
Sheila.
in the beginning, it's all about structure.
Mhm.
Okay, so you first go on. I just started using these. I'm super visual, so I'm helping somebody on my team hit executive director. So I made one of these sheets here. Let me stop share for a minute.
Hey, Jan,
Yeah.
I have to leave to go get Gary. So I'm sorry. I have 100% faith in you that you got this, girl, because you know exactly what you're doing. So, Jenny, if you wouldn't mind, maybe Jan
I'll
could
do it.
post you to let people
I
in.
got it.
Thanks. And have a good day, you guys. I'll see y'all next week.
Sheila's leaving me alone. Okay, you guys, you know I get nervous doing this by myself, so bear with me.
But Jan's got it. Love you guys. Take care.
All right, bye, Sheila. So anyways, I started printing these out. So I have a girl named Jan, and she's trying to hit director. So what do you need to do to hit director? You need a manager on your left and a manager on your right. So we identified the two people. So she has a guy named Steve. So I made this out for Steve. So I wrote Steve in the top, and then he had somebody on his left and he had somebody on his right. So we're helping Steve get two more people. So I fill them in here. So this is really visual. So this is helping me. So this is for her left leg, and then this is for Jan's right leg. So she had this guy who's doing 110 points every month. He gave us 4 names. I called the people. I got them to all sign up on a silver pack. So now she's got her manager on the left and the manager on the right. So that makes her director. So I fill this one out. This is the director page. So I have her at the top, and then I have her 2 active silvers on the left and the 2 active silvers on the right. And then the third person, because you need 3 active silvers on the left and 3 active silvers on the right to be a director. Okay. So now I can see, so out of these 3 people, we identified the 2, which I showed you. Here's Steve, and then there's this guy, Bobby. So I'm helping these 2 people, manager, which is helping Jan to hit director. Anyone have questions? Am I making sense? Anybody? So you can print these out from the back office. Okay. Let's see. Any questions on leg placement? No questions? Come on, guys, help me out. Carol, you got a question? Unmute yourself. Bottom left of your screen, there should be a picture of a microphone. Can't hear you, Carol.
Okay,
Oh, there you go.
so when you place people on the binary tree,
Mhm.
bottom left, bottom right, when do you place them? I mean, is when you're putting them in, at what exact time do you place them? Do you
So
place
whenever,
them before you
so
put them in?
no, so okay, so you talk to somebody and you take an order. So Marcy has taught me, and I always do it. I always take a paper order form. And here's the problem, if you put it right into the computer, you spell something wrong, you make a mistake, and you ask the person the third time how to spell something, they get annoyed with you. So you always want to keep a paper, with all their information. You always need name, address, birth date, and email. We always do a team. If I'm putting the order in for somebody, I always make their username their first and last name unless they have a business and they want to use something else. And then we always have a team password. We usually do first name, 123 $sign. And the reason that we have a team password in the beginning is so we can go in and help you. Sometimes if I have to purchase something, I might buy it on somebody on my team to help the volume go all the way up the tree. So you always want to take a paper order, okay? And then you go into, if it's for you, you log into your back office and this is like what you see. So if you're not a manager yet, you want to know, what do I need to hit manager? So you click the view promotion details. So it could say she's got everything, but she's not at 110 points, right? So it's telling you exactly what you need to do. So again, she needs another silver on her left. She needs another active silver on the right. And this is why it's so important when so to place them. So this is what you do to determine. So again, I already looked at her volume. Her left leg, was it her left leg or her right leg, which was weak? So you go back to home. If you don't remember something, you go to home. Okay, so her right leg is low on volume. So since she needs an active left and an active right, I'm going to place this person on the right. So you go to organization, and you do this when you take the order and you're ready to put it in. This is how you should always put it in. So you go click bottom right. Now again, the plus sign on the left isn't Jenny's left leg, it's this person. So you would click the plus sign and then this screen comes up and this is where you pick the pack and then you just follow those steps.
Oh, so you
Did
put
that
it
answer?
in, so you put them on the left or the right
So I already
before
picked the
you,
spot. So
okay,
when I click the plus sign, it brings up the enrollment kit selection. So now I would just pick whatever kit, I would fill it, I would fill out all the information,
okay,
do all that, you hit submit, and then once everything does, it's going to give you a member ID number, which I always write on the form. I always write the date. I write down their username, their password, and then I send my welcome email with all their information.
okay. I'm a manager, but I've always done like this, the other lady said that she just goes uh how you just go under setting, change settings, and you
Oh,
go all the way down and you
well,
just put on left, build on left, build on right. That's how I've
yeah, so
been doing it.
that's okay. So that's really for if somebody's going to your site. Like if you give somebody a website and they want to sign up themselves, wherever you have that set, that's automatically where the computer would put them. So if I go to change settings, I can see where Jenny has it. So she's got her strong leg outside check. So if somebody were to sign up, that's where the computer would put them. I don't like people to sign themselves up because they'll make a mistake. It happens all the time. People don't remember their password, they don't remember their username. They mess up something and then they call and they need me to help them, and it takes me an hour and a half to figure out and have everything reset. So I always recommend doing it the way that I just showed you, going to binary tree view, click bottom left, bottom right, pick the far left or the far right, and that's where you put the person.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Anyone else have a question on that?
Not a question, Jan, but
I do.
Yeah,
who wants to go
Leola?
first?
Leola, you go first and then Diane.
Yeah, it's not a question, but one of the things I learned from you and Marcy was exactly that, that I was doing it on the front page from the profile like they were speaking of. And when you go
right.
inside to do it, you also are managing your page better. You're understanding where that person is and what they need. So you taught me to go inside, and that was a big change for me.
Yeah, it's really important. In the beginning, it's all about structure. You know, because I have a gal on that I'm helping to get to executive director. So she's got the volume. She hasn't even hit senior presidential. She's got the volume for executive director, but her structure's not right. So that's why making these really helped me, because again, I'm super visual. So when I put it on paper and we talked about, okay, who is this, who is this, who is this, who is most likely to, you know, want to give us some names and let's help move you forward. So it's all about structure in the beginning. If somebody's got a lot of points, it's structure. Then after that, then you get into strategy. You know, once you've got your director on your left and your director on your right, then it comes into, like, if you're sponsoring somebody, now you have to figure out, is this person a builder? You know, who are they? Do you need another builder on your left or your right? So that's where the strategy comes in. And if you're never not sure about where to put somebody, you can always call me and I can go into your back office with you and help you figure out where best to put them. Okay, Diane, did you have a question?
Yeah, I actually have two. So
Okay,
this is for anybody, I guess, starting. I mean, I'm getting up, hopefully I'm gonna get the senior director in the next month, but when somebody says to you, if they're looking at the business and they say to you, just a basic question, what does it mean to be a binary? What does that mean exactly? Because I know people ask me that all the time, and I tell them it's the structure of our business, and you have to build on your left and you build on your right. And they say, well, I don't really know what that means. What does that mean? Is there a good way to explain that? Does anybody have a good way to explain that?
no, I would just say a binary structure is just two legs. You build a left leg and a right leg. And within that leg, you have, let's see, you have different, I wouldn't even get into that unless that's the kind of stuff you learn as you go. I would just say we build two legs, a left leg and a right leg. And every time somebody comes in under you, it doesn't matter whether they're a personal to you or somebody from above you is placing somebody under you, or people that are under you that are building, all the volume goes all the way up and it benefits everybody. I mean, I would
Okay.
just keep it as simple as possible, because if they don't understand that, they're not going to understand anything more complicated.
Yeah, I told them they'll learn it as they go, but, and I'll help them. But then the other thing is, so now, let's say I have, a first level under me, I have a dental hygienist. She just brought in her, soon to be, she's getting married tomorrow, her soon to be grandmother-in-law. And the grandmother-in-law, I went over there the other day because they were visiting Arizona, and now her daughter wants to come in. So now that's going to be, the first level is Stacy, then the grandmother-in-law, and now the daughter is going to go under her mother. But in this case, it doesn't really matter then whether I help her put it on the left or the right, do I? Do you know what I mean? So
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes,
the
it does.
people that the people that you're enrolling are going to be the future husband. I'm sorry, let me give that to me one more time. So the first person you signed up.
So the first level to me is Stacy, the one's getting married.
Okay.
Then her
Stacy's signing up her husband to be. Right. So
her
he's going to be
grandmother to be. She signed up. The grandmother to be signed up. I think I put it on
the
her.
grandmother's a personal to Stacy, correct?
Yes. Now.
Okay.
the grandmother's daughter now wants to come in. So do I, under the grandmother? So does it matter whether the new person, the granddaughter comes in on the left or the right leg? It doesn't matter because they have to build both legs, correct?
Yeah, I would keep everybody in the family on the same leg.
Okay,
Yep. You want to keep
Okay.
everybody in a family or anybody that's in a group or anything like that. You want to keep them on the same leg.
okay, that's what I thought, but I just wanted to
Okay.
double
So
check.
yeah,
Thank
so
you.
so Stacy's the enroller of the grandmother, and then the grandmother's bringing in somebody. She'd be the enroller of that next person. So you want to keep that in one line.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay, good question. Any other questions?
Jan, if I may,
Yeah.
I just want to touch on what Diane said. If she'll understand when say binary, there's two legs, or just take your left leg and right leg. Okay, you're standing on two legs. You can have a power leg, one leg is stronger than the other, or profit leg, whatever word you want to call it. But there's many different forms. Sheila just left, but she was here. She would tell you the previous company she'd been in once before. She signed up like 18 people widthwise, and she was making no money. She made like zero money. She signed up 18 people, but they were all gone wide. When you have a depth company, when you have a binary or two-leg company, you're building a lot of depth and you're getting a lot more money in your pocket because all the volume builds up. So if you're trying to explain to your team, just let them know it's much better to have an organization that builds depth than width.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rob. That was super helpful.
Yeah, that was good, thanks.
You're welcome.
Any other question on that?
So does that mean it's better to put them under one of the people below you than to put another one right below you?
You can only put people below you, and they're either going to be at the bottom of your left or the bottom of the right. That's the only place you can ever put somebody. You could have 100 people under you, and you might not know most of them because they were put in by people above you. So if you're putting in a personal, that personal to you might be 200 below. It doesn't matter. She's still a personal to you.
So then Peter No talks about getting two builders underneath you, one in each leg.
Yep.
Do they need to be at the level directly below you, or could they be two levels down and still be?
It doesn't matter if they're 2 levels down or 200 levels down. They're still a personal to you. So you ultimately need two builders on your left and 2 builders on your right. Actually 3, but we won't go into that. But your goal is to get 2 builders on your left and 2 builders on your right.
Okay, thank you.
And again, it doesn't matter. I know people get mixed up with that all the time. Who are these people under me? I don't even know who they are. Love those people because everybody under you is, as Peter always says, people equal product, product equal points, and points equal money, right? So anybody that you see below you, every time they purchase something, those points count for every single person all the way up. So one of the things I do occasionally if I'm running a promotion and I have to buy a 20 pack, which let's say it's 1,500 points. I don't remember off the top of my head. Instead of going into my own account and buying it on myself, I go to the very lowest person on one of my legs where I want to help a lot of people. So I'll go into that very bottom position under somebody else's account with their permission. I make the 20 pack purchase. I pay for it. It ships for me. But those points are going to help a whole bunch of people cycle. So the points help me ultimately, but I'm helping a lot of people make money all the way up. Does that make sense? Anyone have questions on that?
One other thing, Jan, I think you need to stress, always build to the outside. I don't think you've said that yet, but we always build to the outside.
Yeah, you always build. So here's another mistake that people make. Let's see. Let me go back to organization. Binary tree view. I have a gal, I don't know who told her, but they told her your first goal is to fill in all the plus signs, right? You don't ever want to do that because then you turn into an octopus. And that happened to me, not on purpose, but it just sort of happened. So what that means is, so let's say this is me and I sign up this person and I sign up this person. And then if I sign up somebody and I put them here and then I put somebody here, So now I technically, instead of my 2 legs, now I would have 4 legs that I'm trying to support. So now if I've got like people all through these plus signs and I have to put in somebody, how do I decide who I'm going to support, right? Now it's not, oh, I got 2 legs on my left and I have 2 legs on the right. You never, ever, ever put people on these inside pluses. They're not your responsibility. So if you look at Jason, this plus sign right here is Jason's right leg. So if you start filling in those plus signs, you've just made your job really, really difficult, because every time you put someone in, you have to decide who you're going to support. So you only support your outside left and your outside right. These plus signs are for the people right there. Does that make sense? Did that do that good, Rob? Okay, any other
Yes,
questions?
yes, ma'am. Well, one other thing I'd like to touch on, or I think you need to bring up, Peter had a training within the last couple of months about orphans. Okay,
Mhm.
and how you want the structure when you first come in. Put 2 on your strong leg, whatever you want. Just put 2 on the same side instead of doing one right, one left. Like you see, he noticed in his organization as he looked into depth, too many people are being orphaned, meaning someone joined the company, then quit, and then didn't have anybody, that person below them, whoever they joined up, didn't have anybody to go to. So in order to keep from, building a strong, in order to keep to building a stronger team, you sign up 2 on one side, on your power leg, let's just say, and that way they have volume coming up already and they're working on the inside. Then you sign up the second or third, the third or fourth on your other opposite leg. But Peter said the very first 2 should go on the same leg.
Oh, I've never heard that. Because I've been taught that your first goal is you want to help somebody become binary qualified. Binary qualified is like really the very first way that you can make residual income. Binary qualified means a silver on your left and a silver on your right. And then if you have enough points, you can actually make up to $100, right? And then your second goal is to become a manager, 2 active silvers on your left and 2 active silvers on your right. So I guess that's 2 different schools of thought, just depends who's training you. But I hadn't heard that. I just, the only way I would put 2 people on the same side right away is if they were friends or somehow knew each other,
Correct.
and I
Correct.
wanted to keep them in the same line.
Yes. I'll have to go back
Hey.
and try to find the training.
Yeah, I would be interested in hearing that. Any other questions on placement, how to do it, how to find it? And then there's so many good things. If you haven't looked at this, it's really a great thing to look at. You can look at your personally enrolled team. It will show you the date that they're going to go inactive. It will show you your new brand partner list. It shows you recent activity list. So there's a lot of really great information. Just going to skip around for a second. So one of the things that I learned when I was sitting at the table talking to Dr. Stacy, April Vaughn, Laura, Leah, when you bring in a new person, and I'm guilty, I've done this, it's so easy to sit back and just hope that they call you and give you names. Most of the time that doesn't happen. Laura teaches, if you can get somebody that just signed up to get them to at least put 4 names on a piece of paper and help them sign 4 people up right away, and you get money in their pocket in the first week or 2, you're going to have a much better chance of success than you sign somebody up and then you hope that they show up to a podcast, you hope they show up to a training, and then a couple of weeks go by and you haven't talked to them. Those people are going to go by the wayside. So it's really important to get with the people that you sign up that express that they want to build a business, to try to get somebody sponsored right away so they get money, because that's what's going to fire them up. Does that make sense? It's going to be okay. What else? I need Sheila. Any questions? Is there anything else back office that you want me to go over? let's see, what else can I show you in the back office? Okay, I know. A lot of new people don't understand period left, period right. So period left, period right volume is showing you what you're projecting for the week, right? So if Jenny had people that were buying something and people were coming in, she would have some numbers there. If it's not enough volume for her to cycle, those points get deposited into the total left and total right. That's total left volume, total right volume. So that's like your savings account. So any points that don't get used for cycling, they roll over into the total left and total right. And then when you have enough points, if you're binary qualified or a manager, that's when you're able to start cycling. So when you binary qualified, that's one silver left, one silver right. You can make up to $100 a week. You can make up to $1,500 a week as a manager if the volume is there, and so on. It took me a long time to understand that. So this is showing you when you see this little warning, in order to remain active next period and keep your points, an order must be placed by the 18th of the month. So it's warning you, if you don't go into your back office, you should go in it. I go in like a couple of times a day, but you should really check that a couple of times a week just to make sure, because if you go inactive for a week, any points that you have are going to flush. They'll just disappear. So, what else can I show you? No questions on back office? Come on, guys, help me out here. You know, this isn't my favorite thing to do.
Hey there,
I have
I'm
a
new.
question. I would, hey, why don't you, can you show where the commissions come from? I don't think people always
Oh,
know
good
that.
one. Okay. That's a great one. So if you want to view your commissions and see, okay, so how did Jenny make $100 this week? So if you go to view commissions, and then you come down here, and if I click on bonus cycle, so Jenny made $100 on cycling. So that's cool. And then if you click here, it shows that she made $50. She made $50 on cycling, and she made $50 on signing up somebody. So product bonus, product introductory bonus will show you anytime you sign somebody up, it will show you there. And then the bonus cycling. So she made $50 on cycling, and she made a $50 bonus for signing somebody up. So then you can go back and pick a different pay period. So let's just pick this one. So if you click on bonus retail profit, so she got, oh, so she sold retail. So she made $54 selling something retail. And then you can just pick whichever date range that you
Jan?
want. Yeah.
Can I tell you what I learned?
Yeah.
My total left volume and my total right volume, I'm like less than 30 points away from cycling. And so I called somebody to find out, I didn't want to, but I would have signed my son up. I don't want to make manager by signing my son up. I want to make manager by working, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't feel right. So I was going to sign my son up only to do the cycling, because my right leg is my higher leg. My left leg, I needed a few more points. They said, all you have to do is ask the person and ask them if you can buy under their name. They'll get the points. You'll get the product and the cycling. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so they'll get an email that they purchased something, but really they didn't. You put your address, you purchase it, and then you'll get to cycle. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So that was new to me.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do.
For your silvers, all they need to do is buy like some supportive patch. They only need 55 points to stay active. So here this week, Jenny made $50 in cycling, and here she made $100 in introductory bonus.
Well, someone upgraded to gold because she wants to work. And then
Okay, so,
I
so
didn't
you
have
made,
enough points to cycle, and I was shocked by the amount of points I needed was so small. Because I'm in my back office as well, and I have 602 and 734, right? I mean 739. So the 602, that's my left leg. I asked her if I could purchase under her name, but it would go to me, I would pay for it, and she would
Right.
get the credit. And they
Yeah.
said, yeah, like no problem. I don't care as long as it doesn't affect me. But I had no
Right.
idea we could do that. I was going to sign my son up and have to pay,
No, you
a
can,
lot to cycle.
yeah, that's something that we don't really talk about, but sometimes, you buy something on somebody, like I said, sometimes I'll buy a 20 pack on somebody, so those points help everybody to make money. So anyway, so
Exactly.
that's how you show how your commissions are paid to you. Any other questions on that? No? What else in the back office? Okay, do you all know about the maintenance packs? I love the maintenance pack. I personally have never been on AutoShip. When I came in on a silver, didn't really know that I was going to build. I signed up a couple of people. My two favorite words are organic and options. And it just happened really organically. And now I have a couple of people that they just bought maintenance packs so to keep themselves active. They're not building, but they like the product. So this first one is $349. You get 7 sleeves of any of the supportive patches, and each month for 6 months, they drop 55 points into your account. So that's a good way if you sign up, somebody on a silver pack and then they don't want to do auto ship. This is just another option. Well, you could save some money. We could sign you up on a maintenance pack. You get all the product up front, and each month they get the 55 points to keep them active. The second one will give them 117 points. And that, again, I think it's 14 sleeves of supportive patches. Unfortunately, they do not have a maintenance pack where you can mix supportive patches and X39. So that's another option. The Alavita, that will keep somebody active for 2 months. It's $149. They get 2 sleeves of the patches in the day and night cream. And for 2 months, they'll get 60 points put into their account. And then we've got the 3-month maintenance pack. So you can mix and match that. You could do 2 X39, 1 X49. And then we've got this one for 77 points, this one right here. Again, you get 7 sleeves, so you're getting the best price point possible. The one that I always do is this one for $749. You can mix and match X39, X49. So for me, I look at it like I'm paying my overhead for 6 months up front. Every month they put 110 points into my account. I never have to worry about it. I get all the product up front and it saves me on shipping and handling. So this is just another option. If some people don't like being on auto ship, you can just try to get them set up on a maintenance pack. So what I like to do is I bring somebody in on a silver, the next month I upgrade them to gold, and then from gold, I either get them on auto ship or a maintenance pack, or they can upgrade to diamond if they so desire, depending on their situation. Any questions on maintenance packs?
You said number 3 is the only one we could get the 110, correct?
There's 2. So this first one, the 6-month for 117 points, you get 14 sleeves of supportive patches. So that's $699. And then for 110 points, it's this pack 3 LifeWave X39, X49 maintenance, $749, and you get 9 sleeves. So you're getting them at the $84 price point.
What was the first one you mentioned?
If you go to shopping and you go to maintenance kits, you'll see the 6 different ones that pop up. Maintenance pack 1 gives you 55 points. It's $349. You get 7 sleeves of supportive patches. The second one, maintenance pack 2, is $6.99. You get 14 sleeves of supportive patches, and that gives you 117 points per month into your account. Alavita is 2 months, 60 points for each month. This pack, you get 77 points for 3 months. And then you've got this one, 6 months, 77 points. And then the last one, 110 points for 6 months. So those are all your maintenance packs. And if you're not sure, all you have to do is click the maintenance packs, click on whichever one you want to look at. And it tells you right here, you get 9 sleeves, 110 points for 6 months. And then if you click next, then you can fill it with however many life X39 or X49 that you want. So those are the maintenance packs.
Yeah, and I think the only thing that I didn't hear you mention was the 660 and 330 when they're going over for being paid.
Oh, okay. So to go back to how we get paid, when one side hits 330 points and the other leg hits 660 points, it doesn't matter which side, but when that happens, that's called a cycle and you make $50. So again, if you go look at view your commissions, this will tell you that Jenny made $50 on cycling. So that meant one leg hit 330 points and the other leg hit 660 points. So the company cashed out and paid her $50. Any leftover points goes into the quote savings account, the total left, total right. And each week, as she gets more volume, when those numbers hit the 330 and 660, she'll cash out and make more cycling money. So for an example, Marcy has maxed out the cycling bonus at $25,000 a week. Wham, I want that problem. Oh, she's only making $25,000 a week just on cycling. So that's a lot of cycling. And then if you look at the where is it? If you all look at your the commission hot sheet, it tells you exactly what you need points wise to advance. I'm not going to get into all that, but anyways, that's in the back office on start333biz.com. Sorry, I wasn't real clear about that. Any other thing on, so let's see, rank advancement. Oh, if you want to look at, how do you do that? Look at the group volume. Where is that? Marcy just taught me. Recent activity. Where you want to see. It's where?
At the very bottom. When you're looking at your left and right, it gives you total left and total right there at the bottom. Your group, that would be your group.
No, I'm looking for where it tells you your total. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I have to read my notes for that. Anyways, any other questions on leg placement? You can see why I don't train. Yeah, okay, go on.
I'm so happy you explained that because I have a meeting with one of the directors to ask the question. So I noticed that my people's leg had kept changing and I wasn't changing it. And I was trying to understand that, number one. So that question about the rotating and, the next week and all that, that kind of explains it. But also I was wondering about the strong leg, because I never set anybody on the strong leg. Then it showed a couple of people up. How does that happen? Or how do we manually do it? I'm kind of confused on that.
Ask that question one more time. I'm not sure I got it 100%.
Okay. I guess the last question was a strong leg. It was automatically showing up on some people that I did not put it on.
You mean people are
So,
showing up on your strong leg and you don't know who they are?
yeah, or how it
Okay, so
happened.
all right. So again, that's the beauty of a binary. So I'm here, okay, and I sign up Suzy Q, and then somebody above me, because we have a shared right leg, they're placing people on the bottom of the right leg so they can only go to the very bottom spot under me. So you're going to see all these people under you on one of your legs that you don't know who they are. You love all those people because all that volume goes up through you.
Mm,
So most of us have what we call a shared leg, and then we're all responsible. You're responsible to build both your legs. You have to
mhm.
do the work to build both legs, because if you don't have the structure, forget about it. You could
Yeah.
be here, you could have 100 people under you that you didn't personally sponsor.
Mhm.
All that volume is going to go sit in your account, but you can't touch it because you're not qualified. So let's say you have 1,000,000 points on your right leg and you've never signed up somebody to 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 make money. You have to put somebody on the left and the right, and you have to build up a little bit of volume on your left leg, and then those points are going to start cashing out. So you're
Mhm.
always going to see people under you that you don't know who they are because they're being put in by somebody above you. So let's say you signed up your friend, say Suzy Q, and now Suzy starts putting people in.
Mhm.
They're going to be under you too. They weren't personally sponsored by you, but the goal is to help people that you bring in, bring other people in. That's what this business is all about, is bringing more people in, teaching people how to bring more people in,
Mhm.
right? So
Okay.
that's your goal.
Mhm.
You want to teach people, and I know this is weak for a lot of people. We get in, and it was for me. I'm just talking about myself. You get in and you're really not sure to how to onboard somebody. I had somebody that's been here for 2 years and she still didn't realize, which is beyond my comprehension, she didn't know that you're supposed to bring them to the training. The
Mm,
getting started training that Marcy does on Mondays and Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, that's where you plug your new people in. Marcy teaches you everything you could
yeah.
possibly need to know about how to build a business, whether you're a seasoned professional networker or somebody like me who, didn't have a lot of credibility. What do I do? She teaches you, go to the store, you buy a notebook, 2 notebooks and an appointment book, and you have to put names on paper. If you don't have names or you don't have people, it's not the business for you, because it's all about people. And I know a
Mhm.
lot of us, why do some people come over with these big networks and then you've got regular people like me who, I didn't have a lot of credibility with people. If you hear a Dr. Stacy's got a lot of credibility. So it's a lot easier for people like that. Us little people that might not, you've been working in an office, whatever, people like, what do you know about stem cells? It's a little bit more work for us little people to build. And that's where you just have to plug into the training and get the verbiage down and listen to the podcast, the Zoom calls every night. Marcy is the master storyteller. I
Mhm.
listen to her every single day. I see her
Yeah.
out and about. Hi, my name's Marcy. What's your name? I hear her tell stories. She's told that story about the woman that had symptoms of polio a couple of weeks ago from the
Yeah.
practitioner office. And she tells that story over and over and over again. And that's how you bring people in, by sharing stories with people.
Yeah.
But some of us have to work a little bit harder on personal growth than other people. If you don't have a lot of credibility with people, you've got to find people that you don't know, who don't know you.
Mhm.
I put out a challenge to my team. If you don't have names or you've run out of names, you got to get out there. Go join a networking group. Go do an event. Go join an exercise class. Do something. You've got to get out there to meet people, because if you run out of names, I know sometimes I start getting down, and I can blame it on a lot of things, but when I get real with myself, um, I know it's because I haven't been working the way I should. I
Mm.
still get afraid to call people that I know I should call.
Yeah.
And if you go 2, 3, 4 weeks without checking in on somebody, those are the people you've put in a pack, and then 2 months later you decide to call them, then it's weird. It's like, why are you calling me now? It's like they didn't work in the 3 weeks. You know, you got to stay on top of it and educate people. I just got an email from somebody that she said the patches weren't working for her. She feels like her knee hurts a little bit more and she's dehydrated.
Mm.
And it's just coming up on the 1 month mark. So the person who sent me the email, I told her what you need to do. You need to call her and educate her. If her knee is hurting a little bit more, sometimes when the patches are activating your cells and you have an old injury, sometimes that pain is the new cells are pushing out the old cells. It's sort of like Marcy says, they're battling and the new cells are going to win. So it might hurt a little bit as it starts healing, just like if you get a cut on your finger and your finger starts itching as it heals, right? So sometimes things get a little bit worse before they start getting better. So I'm trying to save this woman from not returning her pack and understanding, you know, it takes more than a month. I'm so tired of people expecting these miracles in, you know, 2, 3 days or a month. Sometimes it just takes longer.
Yeah.
You know, you've heard this a million times. We didn't get gray hair in a month. We didn't get our wrinkles in a month. You know, it takes time for things to heal. And you don't always know what's going on internally. That's why I always say when you give these sample patches to people, it's really about who can educate them the best on not expect to feel anything. People, when I call back, they are not allowed to say to me, well, I didn't feel anything, because I've told them that you 99% chance won't feel anything. And if they won't do the health tracker, do it with them. Just you say, hey, I just want to do this little symptom checklist with you. What's the quality of your sleep? And you write it down. So 2 weeks later, when you call them back and they go, I don't feel anything, you can say, well, you know, you told me that you were getting a lot of headaches. How were the headaches? Oh, you know what? I didn't get one. Sometimes people forget, you know, you have something for so long and then one day you wake up and it's not there. You kind of forget. So this is just like a mind jogger, so they can remember those little things. People get so hyper focused on the one thing that they want fixed, and they miss that they slept better or they feel happier and they can't explain it, or their head doesn't hurt, or a million other things.
Jan, I have a question real quick before we end. So if I'm on someone's weak leg, right, and I have nobody down below me that isn't somebody I signed up, right? It doesn't matter, correct? It won't help me or hurt me. What Joyce was asking, like, because I have nobody under me that isn't signed up with me. It doesn't matter, correct?
It doesn't matter. If people are under you and they're buying product, that helps you. Everything that they buy helps you to make money.
Okay, so then I'm not understanding because
if they're not.
It doesn't matter if you personally enrolled somebody or not. If they're under you and they're purchasing something, the purchase has points and the points equal money.
I'm on someone's weak leg, and so I have nobody under me. No, I have one person
so
that
that's
isn't
your
active.
responsibility. If you had this conversation with Dr. Stacy would tell you nobody helped her do anything. This is where we gotta put a big girl pants on, strap on our
I'm
boots.
just asking if it.
No, I'm saying there's a lot of people. We all have one leg that we're 100% responsible for. You know, we all basically, most of us, not everybody has a strong shared leg. Sometimes you might get on a leg and you got to work. It's there's no way around it. It's work. You've got to go out and you've got to find
work
people.
in it.
Yeah, if it's not net wish marketing, you've got to do the work. Even if you've got 100 people under you and you've got all these points, if you don't have the structure, you're not making any residual income.
Got you.
Yeah. On one of the points she made, though, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Go on, Joyce.
Okay, on one of the points she was saying and making, I was gonna ask that question too. is like people who are under us that we didn't sponsor, if they are not active, does that affect us negatively?
No.
Because, okay, great, because I'll be trying to get my 4 people to make sure they're active when we're trying to cycle, but then it's an X by that other person who I don't know nothing about. And I'm like, okay, are they
doesn't-
messing me up?
No, it doesn't mess
Okay.
you up. And the same thing, let's say there's somebody under you and you don't know who they are and they've got points and then they go inactive, they lose their points. You don't lose your points, they lose their points. So that doesn't affect you, because even if they're there and the next week people buy something, those points still go up. It might skip that person because they didn't buy anything, so they don't qualify, but those points still go all the way up to everybody that's working.
Great. You're doing so great. This has answered a lot of my questions. I was going to have a meeting about at 4:30 today. Thank you.
Well, that's what I'm here for. And if anybody needs help in their back office or figuring out how to place somebody, call me. I'm happy to log into your back office and help you. All right, anybody, any last questions before we go for the day?
Great job, Jan. You did a wonderful job. Sheila's great, but you did.
Sheila's great. I'm a good
Give
backup
yourself
person.
credit. Please give
I
yourself
know,
some
I'm
credit.
trying. You know, we all have our stuff. And there's different kinds of leaders. There's Dr. Stacy's, there's Marcy's. Could you imagine if we all
Don't
had these huge-
compare.
I'm not comparing. I'm trying to make a point. Could you imagine if everybody that was like a big leader had these big egos? It would be crazy. I know what I'm good at, and I like to stay in the background, and I know all the basic stuff, and I can help. But I choose not to be. I don't want to be a big fancy schmancy leader.
You're a huge helper.
awesome.
Man.
Yeah.
You help
Look,
Jan, you did an
everybody.
Love you
amazing
for
job.
who you
Thank you so
are.
much. Because
Yeah.
I'm
Love
quite
you.
new in
Hi.
this game.
People
Hi,
get
Jan.
started.
Hi, Jan. This is Audrey.
Hi, Audrey.
Hi there, my friend. I just wanted to put in a comment. I'm new. I've just been in about 2 months, and I just wanted to share a very brief experience. I really like technology, so I had gone onto our the app. So to share LifeWave, there's a link where you can click and share a video, and it's a newer link that people can enroll, right? To help people like almost self-enroll. And I was sitting with a new person that I have and going through that. Let me just say, I would never use that again. I would follow exactly what you're saying, to use the paper form, because it was embarrassing. I did everything exactly right with her. We filled everything out, but there was something not functioning right on that page. So I don't know where she went. Like, I don't know where, like, when the system automatically stuck her somewhere. It was an unpleasant process, and I ended up having to spend like an hour on the phone with customer service to get her account fixed. So I'm not, it's not a negative comment, and the gal told me I hadn't done anything wrong. And I've been a trainer, a professional trainer. So I was very surprised. I'll just say that I was unpleasantly surprised. I felt very awkward with this person, but I completely agree and support. Hey, old school sometimes is really the good way to go at times until they fix whatever. But that, I would just say, from my experience, thank you for sharing about using the paper form, and I definitely recommend that.
I learned that
until
from
they
Marcy,
fix whatever has happened.
I'll tell you what happens when you don't take a paper form, especially if you're a terrible speller. And you all know Marcy is not a great speller, and she'll ask you a question like 5 times. People get annoyed. I'm sorry, could you spell that one more time? Blah, blah, blah. And you can start hearing it in their voice. So I like to write it down. If I'm not sure, I read it back to them. They correct it. Then I don't even have to have them on the phone. I put everything in, and then I send them a welcome letter. Welcome to LifeWave. Your username is this. Your website is this. Your member ID is this. Your password is this. Your first order was blah, blah, blah. And it was $330. Your your X39 will show up next month on this date and it will be $118 or whatever. And then I send that to them. I say, save this email. Because a lot of times people will agree for the next month order and then they get it. And I've had people call me up, I didn't authorize this. I'm like, yes, you did. That's why I sent you that in writing. So
Right,
anyways, all right, guys,
right. One last
I'll put
question.
my number in chat. If anybody needs to get hold of
Okay.
me, you can always find me on the Start 33 Biz site. Oh, I almost put my
Okay,
password
thank you,
in.
Jan. You're awesome. You did a great job, Jan.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you,
you.
thank you, thank you.
Love you, Jan.
All right. But I guess my main thing is, and I'm guilty of it, when you sign somebody up, you got to jump on it. You got like a week or so, depending. I mean, if they say they're not interested in moving a business, that's fine. But if they express, try to get names from them as quickly as you can. Okay. And try to get $50 back in their pocket as soon as you can. That's my advice. All right. All right,
Great.
everyone. Have a
Great
great
advice.
weekend.
Bye-bye.
Love you all.
Love you too.
Thank
you.
you. Bless
Bye.
podcast.
Bye.
Thank you, Jan. Bye-bye.
Love
Thank you,
you.
everybody. Thank you, Jan. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Jan.
Bye.